Today our topic is the expression in Chinese. So my name is Wang Tianfan. I will introduce the expression of the specific time of the day, and Wu Hao will introduce the week, which is difference between 周、礼拜、星期. You will understand later. And Wang Pengfei will introduce the date, and some conversation example will given by Feng Wanyi and Li Wei to make it easier for you guys to understand and apply. So a day have 12 hours. Hours in Chinese is 小时, and an hour have 60 minutes. Minutes in Chinese is 分钟, and a minute have 60 seconds. So second in Chinese is 秒. And in Chinese spoken language, it's rare to use 时 to express hours, but use 点. What's meaning? So when we say 10 o'clock in Chinese, we don't use 时, we use 十点. Another point, quarter. We do have quarter in Chinese. A quarter is 15 minutes. So, for example, a quarter past 5 in Chinese is 5点一刻. And third one, when the expression time is half an hour, we use span. So when we say 9:30, we use 9点半. So when the express time is more than a few minutes, but not more than 10 minutes, we add 零 between 点 and 分, which is hour and minutes. So for example, when we say 10:05 in English, we say 10:05 in Chinese. The last part. A day have 24 hours. So how do you let people, other people knows? You want to say it's 10 o'clock in the morning, which is AM, or in the evening, in PM. We add 早上 or 早上, which means morning. 上午 means a period after morning, but before the noon. So these two words can instead of AM. And 下午 means afternoon, before night or evening. 晚上 means just evening, night. So we use these two words instead of PM. So now let Feng Wanyi and Li Wei give us some conversation example.
Here, let's see an example. Hello, week. When do you usually have class?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
So can you speak it in Chinese?
Yeah, sure. 我上午9点上课。
我上午9点上课。
Okay, 我上午9点上课。
Okay, that's
Okay,
perfect.
thank you.
Yeah. And the next example is, week. How was your sports score take last week?
Yeah, I ran in the 800 minutes in 4 minutes 13 seconds.
That is not bad. So how to say it in Chinese?
我跑完800米用了4分30秒。
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 And we also could say that 我跑完800米用了4分半。30秒 also could say as 半分钟。
Yeah, okay. But I still feel I didn't finish it in 4 minutes.
Okay, let's see questions. Hello, Wei, can you tell me what time is it?
It's quite past 3 after.
So, can you describe it in Chinese? And is there a different way of expression?
Yeah, sure. 我3点一刻，现在是3点15分，现在是3点一刻。
So there are two expression styles. The first one is 现在是3点15分。
现在是3点15分。
The second one is 现在是3点一刻。
现在是3点一刻。
Hello everyone. Now let's talk about week in Chinese. In Chinese, there are 3 words represent weeks, and the first one is 星期, which means in Chinese it translates word by word. It could be the circle of star. Then why we call it the circle of star, and we will mention it later. And next one is 礼拜. 礼拜, which means worship in English, and that's because there when the Christian get into China and they do a worship every week, so we call it 礼拜 as a week. 周 means 周期. So we use these three words as they have same meaning, which is week. Now let's talk about the days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. In Chinese, we very simply just add number after the week, and except Sunday. But let's skip the Sunday first, and let's see. For example, Monday is 星期一, 一 means 1, and Tuesday is 星期二, Wednesday is 星期三, Thursday is 星期四, Friday is 星期五, Saturday is 星期六, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And why the Sunday is not also represented by the number? That's because it's affected by the Babylonian. They use 7 stars to represent the 7 days. So in Chinese we use 日、月、水、火、金、木、土. But the Asian people just feel it's hard to remember, so they just change all those into numbers and just leave the 日 as to show that Sunday is the first day of the week. Next, let's talk about weekend. Weekends, which means in Chinese is 双休日. 双休日 means the 2 days of rest. The 双 is 2, and the 休 is the rest of something, take a rest, and 日 means day, so they combine together is 双休日 is weekend. 周末 is also means weekends. In here the 末 means at the end of something, so they combine together, which means the end of a week, so it also means weekend. Very little tips, which in Chinese we don't say, we say last week and next week is 上下个星期 or 上下个礼拜, but we don't say 上下个周. We only just say it directly, just 上下周. This 个 here is a classifier, which usually in Chinese we don't add classifier before 周. So here 1 week is 一个星期 or 一周, and 3 weeks is 3个星期 or 3周. And next, let's welcome 冯婉仪 and Li Wei to show us some examples about weeks.
After Wu Hao introduced the expression of week, let's see an example, and after the example we'll have the questions for you. Okay.
Wendy, 下周有时间一起出去看电影吗？
我下周2有空，你呢？
我周2要上课，星期5可以吗？
周5吗？周5我要去打工，周末怎么样？我周天有空。
好的，那我们礼拜天见。
So the question is,
请问 Vic 和 Wendy 什么时候去看电影？周天，他们周天去看电影。
I'm from Fei Wang, and next I'm gonna introduce the expression in Chinese of the date. And the first is 年. The pronunciation 年 means year. Like this year is 2019, and so in Chinese it should be 今年是2019年. And last year was 2018, so 去年是2018年。So in Chinese, the year is arranged in the number of numerical order. And next we're gonna talk about how to express the next year and the last year. So this year should be 今年 and 明年 is next year. 去年 is last year. And next we're gonna talk about months. In Chinese pronunciation, it should be 月. In Chinese, the months are also arranged in numerical order. It should be number plus 月. Like January is 1月, February is 2月, and this month is May. So in Chinese it should be 5月. So this month it should be 这个月. It's different from the 年 because you can use 今月. You should use 这个月. And the last month is 上个月. Next month is 下. Next is 日. But this word is a written expression. We generally in our daily life we should use how. And 今天 means today. We use this like use in the year to pronounce it last year, next year, like today and yesterday or tomorrow. So yesterday should be 昨天, tomorrow should be 明天. And the method of expression, the date in Chinese is opposite of English. For example, in English we should say we should say the date first and the month and then is the year. But in Chinese we should speak the year first and the 月. The year first, month next, and the day. So it should be 年月日. Like 今年是2019年5月29号. And next, my friends are gonna give you more examples. Thanks.
Here's an example. Hi, Wei, can you tell us what day is today?
Today is 29th May.
So how to say it in Chinese?
今天是5月29号。
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 The second example, Wait, do you know which year did PRC establish?
Yeah, I know that. In 1949, 1949年。
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 That's right. The third example is now I have a question combined what we studied. When is your birthday and can you say it in Chinese?
Yeah, sure. 我出生于1995年9月29号。
我出生于1995年9月29日。
我出生于1995年9月29日。So these are the presentation for the example like the week, time, and some the meanings. So we prove some the simple example and the simple conversation. Hope you understand and hope you happy listen to all the video. So thank you for presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.